I know that if things were going to improve, I was the one responsible for making it happen. In the messy world of a college dorm, I made it a point to keep my room neat and tidy. These improvements were minor, but they gave me a sense of control over my life. A habit is a routine or behavior that is performed regularly and, in many cases, automatically. I accumulated small but consistent habits that ultimately led to results that were unimaginable when I started. Changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them for years. In the long run, the quality of our lives often depends on the quality of our habits. With the same habits, you'll end with the same results. But with better habits, anything is possible. It was gradual evolution, a long series of small wins and tiny breakthroughs. The only way I made progress, the only choice I had, was to start small. I had never considered myself a master of a topic, but rather someone who was experimenting alongside my readers. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. What starts as a small win or a minor setback accumulates into something much more. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through interest. Habits seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. It is only when looking back to 5 or perhaps 10 years that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones become strikingly apparent. We often dismiss small changes because they don't seem to matter very much in the moment. We make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly, and so we slide back into our previous routines. When we repeat 1% errors, day after day, by replicating poor decisions, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. A slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformation. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path toward success. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. Time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Habits are a double-edged sword. Bad habits can cut you down just as easily as good habits can build you up. The more tasks you can handle without thinking, the more your brain is free to focus on other areas. Learning one new idea won't make you a genius, but a commitment to lifelong learning can be transformative. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root systems underground before exploding 90 feet into the air within 6 weeks. Habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. In the early and middle stages of any quest, there is often a valley of disappointment. It's a hallmark of any compounding process. The most powerful outcomes are delayed. I began to realize that my results had very little to do with the goals I set and nearly everything to do with the systems I followed. If you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. Goals are good for setting the direction, but systems are best for making progress. A handful of problems arise when you spend too much time thinking about your goals and not enough time designing your system. If successful and unsuccessful people share the same goals, then the goal cannot be what differentiates the winners from the losers.